You name it, we've lived it.
And are living it.
Brits moving from the UK all the way to Australia with not a pot to piss in.
A whirlwind romance sparkled on Tinder.
3 months in, pregnant, starting 2 now successful businesses through COVID.
To another 2 new businesses post-COVID, whilst juggling 2 young, spirited children.
Living worldwide, travelling and pure hustle. We are nothing short of batshit crazy, but motivated as fuck. We are here to tell you our story,
inspire,
teach,
and probably scare the crap out of you.
Uncut, raw and real. Welcome to Business, Babies and Banter
with Henry
and Jade. Welcome to Business, Babies and Banter. I'm Jade.
And I'm Henry.
And today we are in a different location, as you can see. Sunshine today in Melbourne. But no, this episode is all about another business. Who here thinks that we're mad enough to start another business?
Me.
We are business number 5 between us. So Privé Hair and Makeup, Privé Hair Organics, Privé Education, my coaching, and
Privé Studios.
Yeah,
this one is. We've got a good excuse for this because we got to a point where Privé Hair and Makeup has got that many external staff. The salon office isn't big enough, and we did need an office space. We needed an office space for our sales team, content creator, operations manager. We need a place where we can work from where it's not intertwined with the salon, which had its use. The salon was great for a long time. Now the salon team's so big and the salon is so busy, you can't concentrate, answer calls, and work effectively in the salon.
So basically, Henry came up with this ingenious idea to offset the cost of the office, which is actually incredibly smart. But not only that, the studio is going to provide a space where, for the education, we can actually take professional shoots, professional tutorials, videos, all the things. Even me and Henry, we need to do a lot of, we need to do headshots regularly. We have staff, there's so many ways that we can actually utilize this space. So I need to pick for the office currently, Henry.
So,
it's not complete, obviously, guys. I designed it, of course.
So down there is going to be the office, and we're going to have a very luxury acoustic curtain that runs across here, dividing the business. Now, the curtain's just under 8K. It's 3 layered, and it's soundproof. So the idea would be that the team can work in the office, answer the phones, and we can hire out the studio space. Now, the studio space in itself.
I'm creating the chairs.
Oh, Jane wants to show the chairs. Here we go.
Literally, these are my choice, guys. This chair,
they're
unbelievable comfort, man.
Yeah. So obviously we're in the process of furnishing this studio and the office, which probably by the end of next week everything will be in. The studio itself will be suitable for those shooting e-commerce shoots. So we've bought a roller screen which can obviously come down and act as a plain backdrop and a continuous wall. So those who are shooting shots for their website and things like that, it's perfect for. And we've got some beautiful furniture coming, which is going to be styled by Jade, who's obviously bought the wrong.
Should have been an interior.
The wrong colour.
Oh no, yeah. So
you have to send it.
There was basically armchairs, and they looked jet black online. And
so long story short, the space is going to be utilised for content creators, photographers, business owners looking to do branding shoots, podcasts, everything. And the great news is because it's an actual business expense anyway, because of the office, we're not under pressure to be fully booked with it. If we could offset the cost of the office, cover the costs completely from the studio, that would be fantastic. But we actually see it being quite busy based on our contacts and how popular it would be.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, it's really important as well to talk about how you'd have to build up to having an office space, right? Because I'd had an office space in my vision for years, right? So in my big worldly vision of Privé, when it was just me and Henry was just helping me, doing some terrible phone calls to clients. Now, as we're doing, I was like, how cool would it to have like a headquarters, to have a space where, you're there, and then we're going to have other sales team members there, You know, you can have a place together and we can store stuff. And like, I don't even know what we're going to store, but we're going to need to store stuff, right? But it takes time. Like, it can't be having the overhead of a location until you're pretty fucking established. So how many years has it taken? 5 years? 18, 19, 20, 6 years. 6 years it's taken us. And, you know, the fantastic idea of Privé Studios is a really good way to offset it. But
you know what? We could keep the team working from home. We could. But we're at a point where, from a training perspective, from a culture perspective, for where we want to go as a business, having a team working remotely, we're not going to get to where we want to go as effectively or as fast unless we've got the team together. Would you say if you dilute the quality a little bit, you have less control over what's going on if your team are always working off-site and remotely?
Well, first and foremost, we've got some new team members that I would love to talk about because they're fucking exceptional. And so, you know, Privé Hair and Makeup specifically started, again, just me, and then Henry almost immediately after, when I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, I need some help before this back end starts. And, you know, it was just me and Henry for ages. And then we, of course, had Absolutely, who came on for a short period when we were overseas. But we recently, so Cody's been with us almost a year, the creme de la creme of employees. He is not allowed to leave us ever, is that correct? Henry's just reminiscing on a sheer trauma of if Cody left. No, he's exceptional. And then Cody has been heading up as National Operations Manager. We now have a gorgeous lady called Charlotte and a gorgeous young lady called Lauren. And so it's not just important to culture, but actually, you know, training-wise, we can do everything. Of course, everyone can. But I think just there's something to be said when you're creating a culture in offices and doing training, you know, in person.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. You can, especially when it comes to...
Sorry, just trying to look at his phone while we're doing the fucking podcast. There's my head in.
When training a new person, obviously, it's, especially when you're talking about sales, tone of voice and body language are the most important things. And there's a study which shows that, you know, what you say is like 5 or 7% of the effectiveness of your sale or the interaction. Tone of voice is 23%, and then body language is 70%. So if you're a salesperson that isn't able to actually portray body language because you're on the phone and you're via email, how you say things and how you are on the phone is so important. So being able to be in the room with your sales team, hearing what they're saying, watching what they're doing, and being able to guide and nurture them is far more effective when you've got them with you in the room.
Yeah, 100%. And just, you know, when you're trying to like build a connection and rapport with a new staff member, but they're never with you, it's like you don't really exist. You know, when you like talk to someone, then you finally meet them, and you're like, oh, this is what you're like. And it's just a bit, because we do that a lot, right? Because when the mobile team, we're in Melbourne, we do traveling to say a lot. We're recruiting like 3 people a week. And so
I forget I've met them. I'm like, nice to meet you. They're like, you've met them.
Yeah, I know. They say that too. The most awful thing is because I don't interview them, I don't see them. I'm not as actively in that process. When I go and see them, they're like, "Oh my God, Jade, it's so nice to meet you. How are the kids? I'm following your stories," and I'm like, "What can do now?" I feel so bad sometimes, but also there is like 100 people, so like, I don't know. I can't possibly know.
We brought the 2 new girls into this space. So we've already had this space out with as well. This is the start of the 4th week. And
is it filming? Wow. A bird's a paradigm.
So we brought Charlotte and Lauren into the space for the first time. And we were talking about the office and the studio. And of course we were excited about it. And of course when they came in, it was just a bare bone. They were both like,
that's nice, yeah. That's lovely.
And, you know, they're now seeing it. Things start to develop. They know what's happening. They also see the process of what it takes to build something and how things over time develop and get better. And it's exciting for them as well.
And they also just think, now project. Everyone
project. And they love it.
Yeah. But we're always doing projects. There's always a project, whether it's personal, professional. Yeah. It's I think people do. And this is another thing for culture as well. Like, if you want your team to be inspiring, to create inspiring work, you know, to go above and beyond, to deliver, you need to be inspiring. And you need to be consistently showing up in ways that they haven't seen before, and that probably outstretches what they think they could do. And then when they see it, they think, wow, maybe I could, maybe I can do more. Maybe I should do, you know what I mean? They take a little bit of it. And I think that's really important as well, lead by example and see the person that you want your staff to be all the time. If my staff could be exactly like me all the time, I'd be pretty happy. And that sounds really big-headed. But yeah, like even especially in salon, for me, I'm like, because I'm a hairdresser, I'm like, I just wish I could literally install every single script that I have that I know is 150% effective to get the best experience result to the,
could do that. Could be a thing. That could be a project before.
What, write a little fucking
and then
script
over the next 3 months. They say they're a miniature version.
Dude, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It's not empowering. Get off the phone. It's not empowering to try and make someone like you, because I'm very loud and confident, and I'm not also better with clients. And to tell someone that has different personality attributes, oh, you've got to be like this, that's just empowering.
Yeah.
And so it would be...
You've seen Wolf of Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
So Wolf of Wall Street, he trained, and in most sales companies, you don't walk into a sales company and go, oh yeah, you can say what you are because you've got your own personality. No, you get given a fucking script.
So wait, we're talking about hairdressers.
They're still selling service.
So it's different. They're actually providing the service start to finish. So it's slightly different. Yeah,
but that consult or that introduction to a consult could be. I think we could definitely look at ways in which we can make it.
Right. So we're going to send a message to the team. Team meeting tomorrow 9:30. You've got to be just like Jane. We're going to write you a script. You've got to be Jane.
But in that, and joke to the side, there is truth to and what's the phrase? Reasons for madness. What's the phrase? When you give your team the words that you want them to say,
methods.
So when you give them a script, what you want them to say, how they say it, and it's something that you know is tried and tested, then there is very little variation for them to go wrong. And if they are going wrong, it might, it's very easy to then pinpoint the areas that they are perhaps missing up. If they're diverging from the path of what you've taught them to do. If they're just going at their own way willy-nilly, it's very hard to analyze what they need to improve and where they might be using them.
I think the young little do it for white and fair, be very unimpressed with me telling them what to say. They're like, you can sort of, right?
But anyway, so the team are obviously working in the office. We told them to work from home today because we wanted to use this opportunity to do a podcast. Over the next couple of weeks, we will be doing a podcast from this location.
And it will be stepped up.
And each time you're going to see bits and bits grow. And the last bit will be the curtain, which is unfortunately going to take 6 weeks to come because it's custom made. But that will be the penultimate accessory or piece of furniture to the property. And it's going to look absolutely amazing once it's all ready. And maybe we get some professional equipment, and the last one will be done on some proper equipment. And that's microphone, 2 cameras, and maybe we'll plan our podcast as well, so that we can fucking jump all over the shop. James, can we do a podcast today?
Well, I'd like to. Okay, no. So we are. We've always got so much to talk about, right? This is the great thing about our podcast. So someone said to me, can't remember, it was staff over a friend. They were like, once you told the story, like, what do you talk about there? And I was like, what are we talking about? I was like, there's a fucking new highlight every week. It's office. It's a new business, which is the studio, which is, to be honest, too, is a new business. It's an entire new business. It needs a separate bank account. It needs staff running it, which we've already got underway. It needs an Instagram. It needs nurturing. It's going to have clients. It's going to have a lead funnel. It's going to have ads. It's going to need a newsletter. It's going to need a Google My Business. It's going to need fucking everything. But you know what? This is why I'm a new business coach. Because if you think it's about something...
Let's talk about this, because we've discussed it briefly, but this could be a good element to talk about. What are the financial booking goals for prior to the end of the year, and then for end of Feb, which is 2 years after
For the studio.
the studio.
Fucking cover as much cost as we can, mate. If we can't cover some of the capital investment, is going to be the biggest thing. I think, all jokes aside, new businesses take time. Fact, we're not starting this business with any illusion that we're going to be making loads of money. And the thing is, what we have to remember is this, which is the great position to be in, because we've never, ever, ever been in this position. This business, we don't really need it to make loads of money. All we want it to do is cover eventually the capital investment that we had to put towards opening, all things. That's great once we've covered that. And then if we can cover some of the costs of the rent base. No, I know it will. But anything additional is just a bonus for us. We're not going into this to passionate photographers that are like, oh, this is my life's work. I'm really passionate. I'm really passionate about hair. Now I'm passionate about empowering people, finding opportunities, which is what we both do really well. And so it's going to take time. Your question was, forecasting goals. Well, if we can have paid back by the first quarter of 2025 all of the investment, inclusive of the office, and covering rent, it's a fucking win for me.
Yeah, it's fair.
Fucking win.
But yeah, and the great thing is, this is the thing which we've discussed a little bit, and it's not really I like doing it, but there are other studios in the building. I think there's like 3.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is. There's one called Pop upstairs. There's one on this level, and then there's another one, right? So there you go. But this is the thing. We can come in very, very price competitive because we don't care. So we can we don't care. So we can shave off. We can come in and shave off because all we need is 2-day bookings. If we get 2 or 3, I think it's 4 bookings a month at price. I think it will cover the rent cost. So actually, it's not that difficult to do.
I was also going to say,
we can undercut competitors big time.
Yeah. One of our edges. I mean, it's not in the competition. I know what you're saying. Like, it is competitors, but like I said, the judge just don't care. Like, we're not here trying to dominate in this field where there's no fucking hope in hell we're going to open another studio in a different state. Like, I'm not interested in expanding this. If you do want to have the franchise model and you really like it, hit me up. But we're not putting ourselves, sorry. But what I was going to say is, but it's fucking lost my nose.
Competition, undercutting.
One of the fantastic things that we're going to have in addition with this studio is offering hair and makeup, because that's our forte. So we're going to have a little glam bar, which is going to be courseable, so it's movable in case people don't want it or they need space, etc. But Hollywood mirror, makeup table, and guess what? We have 30 people that love doing hair and makeup that work for us, that we can basically say, hey, we've got a studio booking, and they've opted to the package where they have a hair and makeup artist for 2 hours to do their models. It's something that we can offer. There's not many places that can accommodate. They do have Hollywood mirrors in a lot of places, but can they facilitate the staff to do it? No, that's something external that has to be sourced. So we can offer the full package. Not only that, but when we talk about, like, we kind of leverage the same concept as the salon. Like, we can have little cocktails, have bubbles, and all the things, because it's something that we literally do around the corner, and we've got all the suppliers. We just move it over here, and these.
That's even a great idea. Corporate headshots. We can get a corporate company to do their headshots with a hair and makeup artist on the site.
Yeah.
Do the whole package.
Oh God! So we end that with that hand. Quick, let's do it. You got it, hands. No, seriously, but like we're very good at doing this now. I'm very good at guiding people to do it. I'm really the visionary. To be fair, Henry has got a fantastic vision as well. He's much more the refinement and the action driving once the vision is done. But I can see how it's going to look, and I know it's going to be great. Like, because and this is the interesting thing about the law of attraction. When you're not attached to the outcome, that's when it comes really easy, much easier, much faster, and much more at flow, because we don't care. It literally doesn't bother me. I don't need to be fully booked every day. I'm not going to be pouring loads of energy into this. I'm not going to be stressed out about it. I'm just kind of comfortable, happy, and know it's going to work. And that is probably going to be a fucking huge success.
It's going to do our fucking heads in, isn't it?
We're going to be absolutely flat out. We're going to be getting, the girl, we're going to be moving into the position to look after the studios. And I'm like, God, just back to back. I wonder if I can have a VA. We'll be like, another fucking VA. And then we'll have another VA. And then we'll probably need another person, to look after things. But it's a fantastic problem to have to navigate. And we will navigate it exceptionally well as do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's your vision? Tell me your vision, Henry. So, like, you asked me what is the forecasted budget and revenue, etc. So, this time next year, so
something that I would like to have a couple of businesses or photographers or brands on a retainer, and what that would look like is they might have one shoot a week. So they might one shoot a month. They might get their space for once a month or twice a month. But they'll get a special price for that twice a month, but it's locked in and it's every year, it's guaranteed income. Because we actually we don't want to be busy. We don't want someone in here every day. We don't.
No, actually don't want it. It would be too much. We actually have decided that when we've got, depending on the profile of the client and who it is, but we can't really have the team in the office because they're answering phones.
Maybe one or two.
Yeah, maybe one or two, but that it's just too much with all of them. Henry, Cody, Laura, Charlotte, and sometimes me. So we can't do that. And then the whole point is that we're off. I mean, look, if it brings in fucking so much revenue, we're like, fuck the office, we're just buying another office. Wait, this time next year, goal, new office, studio takes off.
Yeah, I think the big studios where they've got multiple, multiple rooms and different sets to shoot on, they will guarantee 3 days with big brands, so we'll be spending thousands. And we're not going to get those kind of brands because it's not big enough. It's not going to cater to it. But what we will get is your small businesses that are looking to do product shoots, brand shoots, catalog shoots, website corporate headshots. And these sorts of businesses will be looking for a place that has all the amenities, super easy and convenient. It fits the box in terms of you can do lifestyle shots and you've got that e-commerce backdrop. And plus we'll have all the little extras in there too, like hair and makeup artist, the cocktail bar, and we've got parking spaces. So we don't need to do too much. But my goal will be 3 days a week maximum, but we'll have definitely our regular clients that are locked in on a regular basis. And it will then become, we don't want to be spending money on advertising. We don't want to be spending money on marketing. It will tick over nicely, cover all the costs with the profit on there as well.
Just what's so interesting, because the business coach mind came in there, indirectly, and this is because we've done it so many times, but what Henry has basically just said and what we've touched on throughout this whole conversation is actually we've covered our target demographic. We know who they are, what they look like, what kind of money they want to spend, what kind of work they're going to be seeking to get from the studio. We've gone through the projected revenue. We've gone through the vision,
service delivery,
price point, but this is, I just think it's really interesting to mention because, when I speak to a lot of new budding business owner, that are starting something new and haven't done it before, and this doesn't come second nature. And so, I'm
taught average.
Never spoken about my posting. Yeah, we'll do that.
We've not discussed the business dynamics of this yet.
It just happened automatically. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. Like, this becomes second nature for us because when we first started Privé, we got a business coach. They were like, or I think it was in Gold Coast, the time that I found out I was pregnant with Hugo. And they were like, so what's your target demographic? Where's your avatar? And I was like, the movie? They're like, no, like, who is your client? And I was like, which one? I've got a few. And they're like, no, like, who is your target client? Like, who is your ideal? And I was like, I still don't understand. And I swear to God, it took me ages to grasp. Fucking dumb as fuck.
Yes.
That's normal. You didn't even know any of it. Anyway, and then I was like, right, okay. I guess from like 20 to 60 female, and they were like, too broad, like, and I was like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to. So the whole point of this is what I'm saying is new business takes not only time, but you actually have to learn. And that's why you should be getting a coach. And it doesn't have to be me. Like, but you don't know this. But this now, I'll get off your phone. Sorry, I'm boring.
It's like there's stuff going on.
It's second nature. It's second nature to us because we've done it so many times. We can literally reel it off in our mind exactly how it needs to be and what needs to be done without writing it down. But before, we had to have a business coach to say, okay, this is your target demographic. What's your projected revenue? What's your forecast? What's your budget? What's your service offerings? What's your niche?
And I guess those things are.
They are the dirt lines. They are the dirt.
And to be fair, the Privé education is something that we got wrong.
Yeah, it was challenging. That's a real education.
And that's a recent business which we started, and it's only now starting to pick up traction. And it was a business that we have spent a lot of money to build and to try and grow. And who we thought our target demographic was and who our market would be actually didn't materialize into that demographic. To go into context, we thought that, we'd be looking at people who wanted to become a hair and makeup artist full time, people who wanted to make that transition, they wanted to get better, they wanted to be a professional hair and makeup artist. So we were looking for the lower end, newbies. Scale. Newbies, people that have been doing hair and makeup 2-3 years maybe, when actually the market is in those who've been doing it for 8 to 10 years, the ones who are really established.
And they just want to
get to the next level, top tier.
And they want to get empowered. They want to, they're ready to invest. And it's actually the same with our team. We noticed in education was the people that we were like, they definitely need it. They need a lot of support with this or this element. They're going to be a great candidate. They weren't even interested. Yeah. The ones that the strongest players are the ones that are like, I'm really committed with a growth mindset. I want to improve.
They do every class. Which like, you don't need be a
growth mindset.
So we got it wrong.
And you can get it.
But the more time you do it, the easier it becomes.
So just do 5 and you.
Yeah.
Or 6.
4 and 5. So.
But no, to conclude, genuinely, this isn't a promo ad, but if you do need support with a new business concept, I will literally do a free call with you with no obligation to continue coaching with me because I actually just love it. And I get so much joy just helping people. And if I can help you just do a 30-minute call and avoid the 6 years of shit that I've had to learn, I'd be really, really great to pass that on to you.
And if you are based in Melbourne and you're looking to get some new LinkedIn photos or you got business and you would love to do some branding for your business, hit us up. Yeah. I love it, Charlotte.
We give you a good price.
That was a bit inappropriate.
We can bleep that out.
We will obviously we'd love to take care of you at the studio. Send us an inquiry, let us know what you're thinking. And we would love to look after you. If you watch this podcast, we'll give you a 20% discount on a studio booking, which is already going to be cheaper than ever.
Using code BusinessBabySpancer. I just made that up, by the way, but maybe we can set it up.
We got to go and pick up the kids.
Yeah, on the next episode, I highly recommend that you subscribe because on the next episode, there is going to be a bomb drop that is probably the most significant we have given you yet. And you're gonna wanna listen to it. Promise you. So stay tuned to the next episode. Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to speaking to you again soon, guys.
Bye.
You go.
What about Chris?
Stop.
Thanks for listening
and hopefully laughing. Be sure to leave us a review, and if you're into the madness,
check out the links below to follow our day-to-day journey.
Stay tuned for the next episode.